And you're also in for something very special because the manga techniques that we're going to be teaching you in this session are the same techniques used by pro mangaka, specifically our pro mangaka mentors, like our two pro Japanese mangakas, Nao Ayazawa, who made Wedding Peach, and Rena Saya, who has also worked on manga and collabed on how to draw manga books. Together, they have over 50 years of combined experience in the industry. So they've done it all. They've won contests, they got published, and taught beginner students in Japan on how to draw manga. They definitely know what they are doing for sure. Yeah. And of course, we also work with Steph Pastrano, a professional webtoon artist. So he started out on social media as a fan artist to popular shonen, and he is now the lead artist to an ongoing webtoon and is also working on doujinshi. And of course, we also recently welcomed a new mentor in our ranks, the one and only Art Crumbs, the creator of the God's Bane series, as well as the Viz Originals one shot on Nami. So, in the last 3 years, we, along with our pro mangaka mentors, have been working with over 400 beginner anime and manga artists from all over the globe. We have a few samples here from our students. So one of them is Stevens, who's been interviewed in our channel recently. So this is his progress in just 3 months. He started out with static camera angles in his panels, and he has developed his style. He's been doing more ambitious angles and perspectives. We also have Garrett, who has been working on developing his paneling in the past 2 months. And of course, we have Joe. So actually, I think I saw Joe in the Zoom right here. Hi, Joe. Big shout out to you. Thank you for being here. So in just 1 month, he was able to develop his panel work as well and becoming more confident in his use of inking and effects in his Yonkoma. So just like our students, we are here to take you to the next level. Okay, the same thing, same kind of support we've given our students. This is what we'll be doing for this workshop today, and we're gonna help you create a manga that you guys are feeling proud of, a Yonkoma manga to be exact. So we're gonna go ahead and reintroduce ourselves to those who haven't met us yet. So hi, I'm Coach Karen. I'm one of the student success coaches at Learn to Draw Manga. I am a book cover illustrator and character designer who has worked with indie authors for web novels, middle grade and young adult fantasy projects. Nice to meet you all. And joining me today is Coach Kana, who is also part of the student success team. So they have professional experience working as a key animator and cleanup and in between artist for uh some popular anime that you might have already known. They have also worked as a digital ink and paint artist for Castlevania, Boruto, Token Ranbu, and The World Ends with You. So say hello, Coach Kana.
Hi everyone, I'm Coach Cannon. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you all here. Let's have fun
Yeah.
today.
Let's all have fun today. Yay! So, we're gonna do a very brief introduction about what a yonkoma is. So, what is a yonkoma? I'm assuming most of you know, but who doesn't know what a yonkoma is or isn't sure? Let's see some hands. Yeah. Yeah, well, let's see if you can answer. What is a yonkoma? There we go. Okay, we got more people in the waiting room. Let's let them in. Okay, so I think, okay, there are people who aren't sure. Tyler says 4-page story. Yes, exactly. That is also correct. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Coach Kana is definitely goaded. Yes. Got a lot of amazing coaches in the team. Yeah, 4-panel manga. Okay, so that is correct. A Yonkoma is a 4-panel manga. Specifically, it's a manga strip that always has 4 panels of equal size. So it's a popular format found in newspapers, magazines, and even popular manga anthologies like Azumanga Daioh, Lucky Star, and Blend S, to name a few. If you've read Look Back by Tatsuki Fujimoto, who's the creator of Chainsaw Man, then you might have already seen works like these. And of course, since this is a four-panel short story, this usually follows a storytelling format known as Kisho Tenketsu. Okay, so I'm going to assume that a lot of you have watched some of our videos on Kisho Tenketsu, but just to explain it briefly in a nutshell, Kisho Tenketsu is a story structure that describes what happens in Yonkoma manga. So your first panel, this is where we set up the scene, introduce the characters. Your second panel builds on what happened in the first one. The third is where you introduce the twist or the gag or the peak, the emotional peak of the story. And obviously, your last panel should wrap up the story with a satisfying ending. It can be humorous, it can be surprising, up to you. So let's take a look at some examples right here. We have some works. These are works from our students, Jitrapon and Takari. So in this first Yonkoma right here, we see Kisho Tenketsu displayed. We got the main characters on your first panel. In Takari's Yonkoma, she's dealing with I think she was working on her hatching homework in her inking and hatching homework in the program, and then her friends asking her what she's doing, and then she's like gone crazy eyed with working on on the hatching for a long time. We also have Jitrapon's work where he's all pumped up to draw more yonkoma that features cute girls, but then he remembers he's got a lot of schoolwork. He has a research proposal in the form of an ominous little figurine at the back. Okay, so yeah, very self-explanatory. That's how you make a yonkoma using the Kisho Tenketsu storytelling format. So that said, it's your turn to make a yonkoma. So that's what we're here for today. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with our yonkoma challenge. So again, make sure you have your drawing supplies ready. For those who are gonna get called, make sure you have your mics ready as well. So we actually honestly prefer that you'll be able to speak via mic. It'll make it easier for Coach Kana and myself to give you some feedback. Okay. And the activity for today is to create a storyboard for a yonkoma based on the prompt on the next slides. So we're gonna give you guys 40 minutes to finish this. So we also want you to follow these rules. Okay. So one, the plot has to end within four panels. No cliffhangers. Okay, we should be able to understand what's going on without alluding to a new chapter or whatnot. We also want to avoid oblique panels. Okay, let's avoid being with the more what do you call this, unique or adventurous panel styles for now. There's a time and place for that. We're gonna stick with the standard square or rectangular yonkoma panels, and the panels have to be arranged from top to bottom. So no two by two panels, no left to right. No, okay. We need them top to bottom, and then the reading orientation has to follow the traditional Japanese reading orientation. That's right to left. Okay, so your speech bubbles have to be arranged from right to left. The inking and including inking and special effects is optional if you still have the time to do it, but if not, it's okay. The only requirement we need is it has to be something we can understand. It doesn't have if it's chicken scratch and no one can figure out what's going on, ixnay on that. Okay. All right. So, with that said, I want to see if you all are ready. Do you have your drawing supplies ready? Because I'm gonna be showing the prompts in a bit. Okay, good. How about for our YouTube peeps? Even though might not be able to critique your works in the we would love it if you guys can participate. So if you have your reading drawing supplies ready, there we go. All right. Okay. So, yes. Okay. So, since everyone is ready, I'm going to go ahead and set up the timer here on Zoom. We've got 40 minutes and the time starts now. So, the prompt is your character discovers a hidden talent. Okay. So, what is this hidden talent? So, a hidden talent can be something as simple as, maybe I know how to sing, maybe I know how to dance the Fortnite dance, or maybe it can be a superpower, or maybe a funny ability. The world is your oyster. Yeah. So, Coach Kana, like, I have a question. Do you have like a hidden talent outside of being an animator, being an artist?
Uh, I've, I'm not sure if it's hidden talent, but I know how to cook.
Ooh.
And is that a hidden talent? Because that's my course. I guess
Ah,
my other hidden talent is that I can read tarot, perhaps.
oh, nice. Tarot. How long have you been reading tarot cards?
Uh, I think I kind of stopped since college,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm kind of returning from the pandemic. So I think I've been more active since 2022. So I think it's like 4 years and 4 years, no, 3 years
Mm-hmm.
and counting. Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I see. That's amazing.
But I'm still not a pro in it. I still look at my guidebooks whenever I need to.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
kind of hard. It's kind of hard remembering all the 78 cards.
Yeah, I think there's like the minor, major arcana.
Yeah, the minor, the
Yeah,
major.
yeah, that's awesome. And now it kind of makes me think, do I have a hidden talent? Question. Oh yeah, before I continue on with that tangent, so for everyone working on a Yonkoma right now, if you're able to finish your Yonkoma before the time limit, you can go ahead and upload that in Zoom, okay? And for the sake of fairness, we either choose people who can finish as soon as possible randomly. Maybe we can do two digital, two traditional. It depends on who is able to finish. Yeah. All right. So hidden talents. What do you have like a signature recipe, Coach Kana?
Not uh, oh yeah, I think uh in my house they look for the kung pao chicken pasta, which is actually a dupe from Charlie Chan. They always look for it whenever I have time to make it. So perhaps
Mm-hmm.
that's my signature recipe that I kind of mostly know of how to do
Nice.
it by hand.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah, that's awesome. I'd love to try it one day. Once
Yes,
when we
yes, for
when
sure.
yeah.
We'll cook that together. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
that's a yeah. I'm a
Whenever
foodie.
when all of the grand coaches meet up, we'll have
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's exciting.
Yes.
Yeah. So how about you guys? We're interested to know what your OC's hidden talents are. So it can be something as mundane as cooking, or something as amazing as, I don't know, being able to create new planets or something. like like Ego in Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. Okay, so I'm seeing some questions here, digital or traditional. Depends on what you're good at. If you feel more comfortable working traditionally, go do traditional. If you have if you feel comfortable doing it digitally, go digital. The only requirement, let me just put that back. I'm gonna copy again, guys. Your OC discovers a hidden talent. That is the That is the prompt. And rules, just make sure that it follows these rules. So whether it's traditional or digital, and as long as it's legible. So when we say legible, um anyone other than yourself can read it. It's clear. Yeah. If you're working traditionally, make sure you have proper lighting, okay? Because I remember in the first session we had a few traditional submissions, but we couldn't make out what's going on because the pencils were too light. We couldn't read the text. So make sure it's visible. Like whatever you drew and wrote on your paper must be readable. Okay? Yeah. So yeah, square panels would be good. Yeah, as long as it's equal size and has enough space to show what you guys were working on. Yeah. Okay, so I'm having a hard time brainstorming. Okay. Well, when it comes to brainstorming, think of it this way. Think of your character. I'm sure a lot of you probably already have OCs, right? So figure out what sort of person your character is. Maybe this is something you haven't even asked yourself, yeah? Um, yeah. So Owen asked, does the boxes have to be perfect? Because I'm doing rough sketches. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's a fine line between not per. I wouldn't say like make it super perfect, but of course, we got to make sure it's neat enough ish, kind of neat enough. Like you can use a ruler, or you can use your arm to like create that panel frame, like not super wobbly and all that. Yeah. So, I have a question, Coach Kana. Like, you have an OC, right? What's your OC's hidden talent if you're gonna make one?
Uh, my OCs, one is Opal and one is Karel. So Karel is a damn fear. So what's shown initially was he had vampiric powers like the claws and stuff. But I believe his hidden talents is actually to tap into the other powers of his ancestors. So yeah, that's his hidden talent.
Oh,
Yeah.
like
For Opal,
is it similar to like an Avatar, The Last Airbender? Avatar state.
yeah, it's kind of like that. I'm still actually kind of figuring out how I can like perhaps do that kind of injection in the story perhaps, but yeah, but the thing in my world is that each generation has one vampire and Carol is the vampire. So the previous vampires had different kind of special abilities, and then Carell, even though he's a vampire, he has access to those abilities, I guess.
So it's like a half vampire, yeah.
Yeah, he's a half
Oh,
vampire.
yeah, that's amazing. Amazing. Hmm. Now it's making me think. I have like my interpretation of the prompt, if I was feeling silly, I'd probably go with like a funny hidden talent. I have a character named Kion, like it's stereotypical high fantasy hero who knows how to fight, has magic, but if he were to have a hidden talent, it's probably um knowing how to like those silly parlor tricks, parlor magic tricks where you drink water and then you pour the water out using like your fist, like it comes out of your hand, like the water that you drank comes out of your hand. And the reason why I think of that when thinking of a hidden talent is because my character is he deals with his issues through humor. with through silly humor. Like he would rather do funny things than confront the actual problem. So he's a prankster. He likes to make silly pranks. Like he with all the abilities that he has, he could be serious like he could have spent his time doing something more something that contributes to society, I would say, but instead he would make fun of people. He would make people laugh using his silly little parlor tricks. Yeah. So, yeah. So, okay. So, for everyone who has been having trouble brainstorming, that's how you do it. Think of who your character is. What would they do? Okay. What would they do when confronted with situations? Where does this prompt on screen become applicable? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So
So, let's see
perhaps
here.
our sharing has given some students some ideas. So we're
Mm-hmm.
waiting for those submissions, and I believe we have around 30 minutes left. So
Yeah.
TikTok guys, I believe we can do it.
TikTok. You guys can do it. I mean, the people who joined the first session were very fast. Like the first
Yeah.
10 minutes, someone already sent in something. Yeah.
Hmm.
For Owen, yeah, this should be good. Yeah. This is okay. Yeah. I see what you posted here in the Zoom. That should be good to go. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we have more people joining from the waiting room. Let's let them in. TikTok, guys. Yeah, we're excited. So who will be the four lucky people getting critiqued? Yeah, there we go. Let's see what's going on in okay, there we go. All right. Okay, less than 30 minutes, guys. Let's see what you got. Mhm, mhm. There we go. Okay.
Okay. So someone's joining in. I believe I see some familiar faces
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah,
from
Crow
our
is
earlier
here.
workshop. Yeah, Crow
Yeah,
and
I think I see A25 was here in the first session. Hi,
yeah.
thank you for joining again. And Mia is already finished. Wow. Okay. All right. So we're
Okay.
gonna we're gonna wait a few minutes more. But of
Mm-hmm.
course, if you're able to finish sooner, your chances of getting picked are are more likely. Yeah. Okay. So Coach Kana, do we do it like earlier? You go with the digital ones, I go with trad, or do you wanna
Yes.
switch?
I think we can switch this time. So I'll go with
Oh.
the traditional one if you
Mm.
if you'd like that,
Yeah,
perhaps
yeah.
because
Yeah.
yeah.
No
Okay.
worries.
Let's just wait a few more before we start the critiquing.
Yeah.
With me is already finished. So
Yeah.
I think let's
And
just wait a bit more. Yeah.
yeah. Like, let's wait 2 minutes. Yes. Okay, we have Mia. Mia is the first big round of applause for Mia for finishing first. That's amazing. Yeah. Okay.
Andrea, sorry, we don't allow share screen at the moment. So because our YouTube live gets disrupted when there are multiple screen sharing. So we only allow one screen share at the moment, and it's
Yeah.
from the host.
Yeah, you can just upload your work in the
Mm.
chat. Yeah. so we can see what you worked on. Okay. Okay, we already have Abdullah's work in the chat as well. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
three people. All right. It's okay. Like that is part of the challenge here. Think about it this way, guys. Professional mangaka, especially those working in Weekly Shonen Jump, they have to create a finished chapter, usually 30 to 40 pages in 1 week, in less than 1 week. Think about that. So if that's the kind of career that you want in the future, if you want to go professional, think about that. Yeah, so this let this be your practice. How do you make something in a short time? And that's just one yonkoma. Okay, we already have Celine who is finished. And congrats. Yes, I think we can get started with critiques, Coach Hannah. So the time is still running, guys, but just so we have enough time to look through, give feedback to, give detailed feedback. I think we can get started with critiques. So, Coach Hannah, I guess I can let you get
Yes.
started first.
Mm-hmm.
So, who is the first lucky person to get critique? Let me just stop my screen share. Yeah.
Perhaps since Mia was the first one, we can have her be critiqued. So let me just
Nice.
grab it. Hold on, where is it?
Lucky. Lucky Mia. Wow. Nice, nice,
Let
nice.
me-
Don't worry, guys. We were doing this randomly, but if you can finish quicker, you have higher chances of getting picked. Yeah, so let's
Let
go
me just
with, yeah.
let me just put it on my tab. Hold on. Let me just share my screen. Where is it? Clip studio. There we go. Share. Can you guys see it? There we go. Hold on. Let me just see. Not that one. Not that one. Yeah. I still have the remnants of the previous session with me.
I thought this was from earlier, yeah, a few hours
Yeah,
ago.
it's from Ken, I believe so.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So let me just read it a bit. It's on. Okay.
Okay, so whose work is, oh, this is Mia's work, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm. This was I believe so in the first panel, he is praising Ray is praising Kai because he is talented. And then Ray is this Ray or Kai? And then afterwards, I'm not sure. Let me just check. And then afterwards, Ray is saying he's going to leave now and see you later. And then
Mm.
someone is crushed. Is this crushed or oh, his feet got hit by what? Oh, I think his feet got stubbed. Is that right? Please do reply in the chat.
Hello,
Hi.
can you all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Mia.
Yeah, we can
Hey.
hear you.
I was really rushing because I just wanted to see some bits, but if you don't understand, I can explain it to you.
Yeah, please do, please do.
Okay. So basically, it's these two boys, and then the one has a lot of talent and the other one doesn't. And then after the first conversation, he's saying he's going to leave, and then he bangs his toe, and then the last panel is where he screams,
Uh-huh.
and then
Oh,
the other can sing.
I see. So the hidden talent is Ray being able to sing, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now I get it. Now I get the context. Thank you for that, Mia. Apologies, my brain is not brain. So for this one, um, I think what we can improve on is the first part when you establish everything. So ideally, show that show that Kai is talented. So perhaps have him show some talent of his. Perhaps have him also singing, like finishing a piece or something of the sort. So perhaps what you can do is he's holding something like a mic or something that is showing his his skill, like for example a mic or so, just to establish that Kai is already talented to begin with. And then on this one, instead of Ray being here, perhaps what you can do is put the Ray into the center, and then you put in two dialogue boxes to show that he is kind of stuttering, because in this panel, I believe we're going for Ray being uh discouraged. So perhaps we can do it that way so that there's the buildup of the dialogue. Or what you can do instead is you actually go with Ray actually walking out, starting to walk out of the scene. He's starting to walk out, feeling defeated and lost with the dialogues here. And then perhaps you can have Kai on the other side, kind of stopping Ray from leaving, perhaps. And then at this point, it will build up with the third panel wherein he stubs his toe. So you can put the door here to establish that there's the door wherein he's gonna hit his foot, so that when you hit this panel, it marks how it's happening. And then based on our current flow, ideally you put Ray here with him screaming, but if you wanted it to feel like he's singing, try making the sound effects like musical notes. You can add manpu to it or visual effects to show that he sang his his screams of pain. And then you put Ray here, Kai here, and have him react, perhaps with sparkly eyes, and then saying, "You can sing." So perhaps you can do it that way. This way, the flow of the story is much easier understood, and it can end on the fourth panel. And everything is established and cohesive with each other, because the reason why I had difficulty with understanding it was there's lack of information with the panels that you have. But when you put it this way, the information becomes easier to digest. Remember, we're doing a four-panel manga, so ideally, you want to provide the information on the first panel on the get-go, and then you do the development of things on the second panel, and then the the one that is the important one or the intense part should go in the third panel, and things concluding will be on the fourth panel. So that's what you can remember when you are creating Yonkoma. Make sure to establish everything on the first panel. Okay, so if do you have any questions with this, Mia? None. Okay, awesome. So with that, let me just find another
All
another
right.
one.
So while Coach Kana is choosing
Mm-hmm.
the next the next one, time check, we have less than 15 minutes, guys. So what do you call this? Yeah, less than 15 minutes to finish yours, and I already picked one of the digital works. So let me
Mm-hmm.
just share my screen, Coach Kana, real
Oh, hold.
quickly.
Yes, go ahead. Let me just
Thank you
end
so
mine.
much. I also really like
Go ahead.
I really like the feedback you gave me. Yeah,
Mhm.
so okay. Oh my gosh, where did my little screen go? One sec. 1 second. All right. So we have here. Ah, there we go. I have it set up. Share screen. Um, hang on. It's not showing up. Where did Krita go? Yeah, I'm using Krita. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's not showing up on my selections. Ah, there we go. There we have it. Sorry for the confusion. Okay, so I think this is whose work is this again? Let me see. Zoom. Where did my chat go? Ah, it's Andrea's work. Hi, Andrea. So I'm gonna be sending you an unmute request for a bit. Can you yeah, Andrea, where are you in the okay, ask to unmute. There we go. Okay. So,
Hi.
hello, nice to meet you. All right. So, yeah, maybe you can tell us a bit about your Yonkoma. Oh, did I lose you, Andrea? Hang on. Yeah, I think you got muted again. There we go.
Yes. Um, this one is one that happens to me. Um, it's called Cooking with Mom, and
Mm,
she always asks for things, but I already know what she
mm,
wants. So that's a time that she is like, "How do you know what I want?" And
mhm,
I tend to think that I can read minds.
mm,
So
mm,
that's a
mm.
hidden talent that I
I
know what she wants.
okay, so this is like more of your personal experience, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay. So first I like that your characters are consistently in the right place. In consistently you have your character here. We know that this character is always left. Huh, what happened? This character is always on the left, this character is always on the right because one of the things that I often find in some Yonkoma works is some people like to like flip or break the 180-degree rule, as we would say, unnecessarily. But I mean, this is a common POV that we find in a lot of Yonkoma works. Now, the first things that I do see that the kind of I know that you did this under pressure, under time pressure, but if you have the opportunity to polish this up, some things to consider is when you're placing your speech bubbles, make sure that they are not, hang on, I'm gonna put a layer up here. So make sure that your speech bubbles, okay, I'm gonna go with this panel, they should never overlap with your character because what it does is it's competing for attention. Okay? Maybe you could allow a bit more breathing room. Say for example, you know how this like you have you showing the milk here. So instead of this being at the forefront of your panel, you could do I'm gonna do a very roughly sketching this scene right here. Make allow more room in your panels, and then you can position your speech bubbles. Give it a bit more breathing room, okay? And then um more milk. So this is where she says more milk. And then before the reader even looks at um this speech bubble, this needs we'll see the carton that says milk first. So kind of like your
Mhm.
mom, the reader experiences the same thing. We see what she needs before she even asks for it. And just to emphasize that you know what she needs, you state the obvious, milk. So instead of relying on your dialogue, show it, it's here. You take advantage of the composition in the dialogue, so that we know that you summoned the milk, right? Um,
All right, I like
so
that.
yeah, so same thing here. Like the ladle, or the spoon, the ladle. I don't know what the right English term is. The same thing here. Let the important visual elements um take center stage. Don't let your speech bubbles interfere with what's showing on screen. Your speech bubbles have to act like, think of them as decorations, the accents to what is going on screen. I do like that you've used small text, or what I mean is short phrases, because it's pretty common to see, like, a beginner mistake is we kind of tell more instead of show more. So it's the show versus tell. So show first before you tell. In fact, sometimes you can just show without needing to tell, because showing tells itself. Your visuals tell on themselves, okay? Um and then next is, from a storyboarding perspective, I think you put your twist to the last panel instead of this one. Okay? So there's nothing wrong with that per se, but if you want to do like a strictly Kisho Tenketsu format, an alternative I would have recommended is, in your panel, in your second panel, you can already imply that mom is puzzled, like, this needs, milk,
Mhm.
like you can already include her surprise in your panel too, and maybe this becomes your panel 3, and your panel 4 becomes a reaction to what you revealed in panel 3. I'm like, maybe she's like, oh,
Mhm.
oh, oh, and or maybe it can be um you walking away with a satisfied, like a satisfied look, like, yeah, I'm a mind reader. Or maybe
Okay.
your mom is like clapping, like, oh wow, my little girl, she knows what I need without asking. I'm so proud. So that's one way of going about it. um while this is okay, if you want to try experimenting with a Kisho Tenketsu style of storytelling, that's one way to go about it. Okay, so do you have
Right.
any questions?
Well, yeah, you said you were using Krita as your software. Um, what are like the difference with Clip Studio Paint and Krita, and why are you using it? Because I'm using it too, so I
Mm.
want to know.
I see. Well, I use Krita because it's force of habit. I've been using it longer than Clip Studio, and second reason is the computer I'm using right now doesn't have Clip Studio. It's on my other device. That
All
is
right.
that is the reason. But Krita also has some pretty neat functions, but if manga making is something you want to do professionally, it's worth investing time and resources learning Clip Studio because it's the industry standard. It's the norm. It's the norm. Yeah.
Mm.
So if you're just practicing, doing it as a hobby, learning the basic stuff, Krita is a pretty good place to start. So yeah. Hope that helps.
And
Awesome.
I'm trying to polish the manga
Mm,
with your review.
mm.
I don't know if I can put
Yeah,
it here.
yeah, definitely, yeah.
The
Okay, so we have this is giving me a flashback, Coach Kana.
Mm.
This is like what happened earlier. We also had someone who did a redraw while doing the critique, so good job.
Yeah.
uh Hang on, let me quickly copy that. So eh, did it paste? Hang on. Okay. So let me just cover that up real quickly. Okay. All right. So okay, there we go. All right. So just an additional thing that I want to recommend. I'll use a selection tool instead. We want to avoid having dialogue boxes too close to the corner of the panel. This is a tip we learned from Art Crumbs. Shout out Art Crumbs if you can see. So maybe you could consider positioning this maybe uh hang on. We don't want to avoid overlapping. I guess here's one of those gray areas because do see Yonkoma that have dialogue boxes close to the frame. It also runs the risk of feeling a bit cramped. So here's an alternative. Okay, we could just simply go away with making it just slightly smaller, right? Okay,
all right.
let me hide. So or make your panels bigger. That's also one way to go about it. Hang on, I'm trying to hide sorry about that. Yeah, hang on. Let me hide oh, there we go. Okay, so just make that a little bit smaller. So that way your speech bubble and your composition overall doesn't feel too cramped. Yeah, there we go. Just do that. Do it like that. This one is good. I think this is. How do you know that? I think I can read minds. Yeah. So, this is a pretty good adjustment to what you did and good work. I'm glad that you're practicing your speed sketching. There is hope
Thank
for you in the professional manga or just art industry in general. Drawing speed is key and it's gonna train your mind to not hyperfixate on making it look perfect at the beginning because the key to making things better, start with a rough sketch and adjust as needed. Yeah. So yeah, all good, Andrea. Do you have any other
Yes,
questions?
thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Nice. Thank you, Andrea. You have a good one. So I'm gonna give the floor back to Coach Kana, and there's 2 minutes left in our timer. So good. Yeah, let's see who else will get critiqued today. Yeah, let's see.
All right. Let me just double check again who this came from. Let me just check once again just to make sure that I got
Mm-hmm.
the name right. Hold on. Let me just put it here. Let me just share my Hold on, let me just set up real quick because I saw another one randomly, and let's do a live critique on this one.
Yeah, okay. Oh, when you're making me wonder why you don't want it to be yours. Yeah. You're making us curious. Yeah. Okay. Less than 30 seconds, guys. Don't worry,
Okay,
we're
so I
choosing this.
believe
Yeah.
this is from David Marcus. Yeah, it's from David Marcus. So this caught my eye because of the flaming head. It's very nice. I like how it's well presented and the writing is very clean as well. And time's up. Yes, so that marks the time, but let's continue the critiquing. So I like how this is established, wherein he's doing an art, a painting, and he already stated where that she has a deadline for this. So just to just to clarify, is his talent using a paintbrush, David? Is this correct? Is his talent using a paintbrush? Am I right? Am I getting it right? Is David still here?
You hear my guy? Okay, let's see. Maybe
You
we can
hear David? Yeah.
yeah. I think David, yellow. To be fair to everyone who's David Marcus Dame? Are you there, my guy? David? He's not
Let me
here,
just.
Coach Kana.
Oh no. Then we'll move on to the other one. I have a backup,
Yeah, I'm
but
sorry, because we prefer to have you guys be here so we can ask questions and to be
yes,
fair to everyone
exact.
else who's here. Yeah,
So I'm just not sure who this is from. Let me just check once again our chat
it's
history.
from A25.
Oh, it's from 825. Awesome. All right. So let me just hide this. So I like how this is well presented. So it's the first panel well presented. It's they're doing kind of a watermelon smashing game. The Oh, David is also here. He just
Oh,
got
he's here
back,
now.
but
Is he
then
now? He got yoted.
he got
Okay.
muted. But let's just proceed with 825 submission because they're already here. So this one's well presented already. Like it's already established in the first panel that they're doing a watermelon smashing game. And on the second panel, she smashes the watermelon. But on the third panel, something splits, and apparently it's the earth. So it's well presented that she had some kind of earth shattering strength. So she didn't only smash the watermelon, but also earth into half. So this is well presented. And here are a few of my critiques for this one. So perhaps just to intensify the the game itself, perhaps what you can do is change the perspective a bit, make the watermelon bigger in perspective. So like it's like in a worm's eye view, wherein other things look bigger. So perhaps you can do that one, wherein the camera is placed here. And then on the second panel, which is development, when she smashes the watermelon, you can add bits of cracking on the ground to show that it's not only the watermelon cracking, which will lead to the third panel. So if you're going to like revise this, you can make the third panel filled with black, and the one that is kind of less detail is kind of like white or has few tones is the earth itself to show that it cracked into two. And then for the last panel, this one actually works. You can kind of change the pose a bit when she's floating, although it's clearly shown, but show that the earth is kind of like splitting into two. Make sure that the background is clearly showing that they are in space. And you can also enhance her expression a bit, wherein she can either look surprised, she can either look surprised that turns out I can breathe in space. Then perhaps you can do that. You can change your expression a bit, but make sure that she is still floating. And since she's floating, make sure that if you have any objects that are floating that are with her during that time, so perhaps the baseball bat, make sure that it's with her floating in space and the other people around also floating in space. You can make them bigger on than Earth to show that the Earth is kind of far away and they're like already far away from the axis of the Earth. Yeah, so V so you can do this if you're going to improve it, but nonetheless, this is already a good Yonkoma to work on with the limited time that you have. So good job on this A25. So do you have any questions for your critique? Is A25 still here? Do you have any questions? You can type it in the chat if there's any. All right. So thank you once again, A25 for submitting. So do we so perhaps if there I can hand over the floor to Coach Karen and she'll handle one last critique.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach Kiana. So I have here, okay, since we were able to, we still have just a little bit more time. After me, just one more. We're gonna choose one more because we were able to like go through critiques pretty quickly. So, let me show. Okay, this one, I think this is from who is this? Tim. Tim, hi Tim. I'm gonna ask you to unmute real quickly. Is this you? Is this you or your OC? I see that this is your first time making a Yonkoma. So how was the experience?
Hey, yeah, it was pretty cool.
Hmm. Is this
I took what?
is this
I'm sorry.
you? You like you or your OC? Yeah.
I don't know. I just made it up right now, but I do
Mm.
have a cat, and I wish I could understand him.
Yeah, don't we all? As someone who owns 12 cats, yes, I
What?
have a
What?
we have 12 cats and counting. Yeah, just a bunch of little rascals we rescued. But yeah, that this is so relatable. So I want to say, for your first time, I think this is a really, really good, yonkoma for like your first try. And I love that you each panel shows, or you have panels where you maximize the space to show expressions. And the thing in
Mm-hmm.
manga is, the manga as an art style as a whole, it really relies on exaggeration when it comes to intense emotions. And I think you were able to display that in your panels 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I think you can see here, I already did like an alternate sketch.
Yeah.
And the reason why I recommended this angle is because I think this initial version, it cuts off your character, and I think it's really important that we see his expression. And I know that he's frustrated or he's disappointed or exhausted that the cat won't eat, right?
Yeah.
um but what what we need to do is we don't just rely on what the character is saying. We also have to rely on what the character is feeling, his body language, his facial expressions. I love this one, aloof cat. I think this is really really good. But it would be great if we see a little bit of your character as well. So here's an alternative. We switch to I moved the camera from the side of his body and just moved it all the way here so that we see his expression front and center. We see him. I don't know, you could probably stick to the exhausted sigh, like
Mm-hmm.
either that or tears in his eyes, and then you can put your dialogue box right here. Some people can get creative with dialogue boxes. Maybe you could do like a wobbly text box, because he's like, oh, my cat won't eat. So use think of dialogue boxes as also a visual element to your thing. Maybe we could make this angle also allows us to see the cat a bit closer, because he's the star. He or she. I'm sorry for yeah. So the cat is the center. You could use the same pose. Honestly, I just did this because it's quicker for me to draw, but you could use the same pose and his aloof expression, but make him closer to the camera just so we feel how he's taking up space, how big of a burden it is on your main character that this cat refuses to eat. And then I wouldn't change anything on this one, honestly. I think this very silly expression is good. Although same thing, same comment that I have with Andrea earlier. This feels a bit too close to the edge of the panel, so you could consider maybe you could zoom this out a little bit, just
Mm-hmm.
so that um it it lets you you know just give it a bit more room to breathe, basically. You can move your dialogue box away, just away from the cat. um Same thing, just moving things along, pretty easy if you're working digitally. Yeah. um
All right.
Normally I would usually advise people not to overlay the text box over the character, but in this situation, this is like the exception to the rule. Okay, because here the focus is this expression. So this is one of those cases where, okay, it's fine, you can overlay it, because we want this little guy, to be all up in your reader's faces. I want a big steak. you know um, and this one, um, while I love the expression here, this dialogue box is competing for attention. Like if I divide your panel. Oh no, I'm sorry, I drew on the wrong layer. So if I were to divide your panel right now, um, see how the dialogue box already takes up half of the space of your panel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So an alternative would be to same thing here. You can um we s so maybe we can have same expression. Maybe you got your big expression here. I'm sorry, this is a very creepy version coming from me. I'm trying to draw, and then maybe you have your dialogue box here, because for consistency, right? You can angle his head lower, because in your original in your in your key in your intro, um your character is looking down. So that's what you can do as well. Have his face angle a little bit lower. Maybe you can position your dialogue box here to remind the readers that he is looking at his cat who is somewhere down below off screen, right? So that is an alternative angle. Or you could show a bit more of the, maybe you could use the same angle, because sometimes in Yonkoma you repeat the same camera angle on some panels, which is acceptable. There's nothing wrong with that, and the only thing you need to change is the expression. Maybe maybe he's celebrating. Maybe he has his hands raised, like a finally. Or if the expression is all you need, this works too. Yeah. And lastly, for your final panel, just give more space, because he's all the way up there. So same thing, you could give a bit more room to breathe. Make You could make this a little bit smaller. No, wrong layer. Yeah, okay. So just give him time. Give him some space. Yeah, so you can complete this one, and then you're done. Just take
Mhm.
advantage of your real estate. Yeah. So do you have any questions about this one?
No, but thank you. It was really cool.
Oh, glad to hear it, Tim. And congratulations. This was a really, really good Yonkoma for your first one. So I hope this encourages you to make more. And we're excited to see more from you, and hope you can join one of our classes someday.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so yeah, thanks guys. So we already have critiqued 4 submissions, but let's do for the sake of, like, just as a special treat, we're gonna critique just one more. Okay, and we have Coach Kana. You do the honors. Yeah. Just one more. So for those who did a thing, hang on. Yep. Oh, hang on. Did we lose Coach Kana? Hang on.
Okay,
There we go.
there we
Yeah.
go. Hold on, let me just share my screen again. I believe this is from Sean. Let me just put it here.
Okay, let's unmute Sean. There we go.
Is Sean here?
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Awesome. Nice to see
I was
you,
not
Sean.
expecting.
It's okay. So good work on the first one when you establish that they're in the basketball court. So
Yes,
I like,
that is correct.
yeah, that's awesome. So on the second panel, uh, it's developing wherein they're talking with each other that there's a lack of 3-point shooters, but you made Billy appear on the third panel immediately. So I think what you can do is you can put perhaps Billy on the far end here, perhaps make him smaller.
Ah, yes. Put him just in the very background. I see.
Yeah, so that it's easier to establish that he is already there.
Okay.
So he's already holding the ball there. And you can perhaps make him a bit looking somewhere else. And
Yeah,
then
as if he's doing something. Mm.
and on the third one, I think instead of I think you can actually keep this one, and then the reaction you can kind of make it You can actually make him the focus of this one. And then he is reacting. He is kind of shocked. I mean, me, perhaps you can do it like that. And then instead of the character here, you can just put in dialogue wherein, how about you? How about you try?
Okay, as you said, make the focus on the third character. Got
Yeah, on Bill on is his
on the
name?
third panel, yeah.
Billy, yeah. So you can perhaps say, Billy, how about you try? And then he'll be like, sure. And then on the third panel, instead of it being a long shot, perhaps you can make it dramatic. So perhaps what you can do is make it a point wherein he's kind of shooting the 3-point shot and then it hits. And then what you can do is you put the other two perhaps here. And then they drop the line. We're in. Looks like we have a free our free pointer. So perhaps you can do it that way, just so that it won't look too flat. We're kind of like playing with the different angles on this one to make sure that they look more exciting, especially since it's the last part of your Yonkoma, right? So perhaps you can do that approach instead. But
Okay, yeah.
it's but this is well presented wherein it's Billy who has the secret talent of being the 3-point shooter of the team, possibly.
Okay, I
So
get it, yeah.
do you have any questions with this, Sean?
Oh no, I agree with your critiques and feedback. Yeah, I got no question.
Awesome. Thank you, Sean, again for submitting this one.
Thank you
So
very much.
yeah. Mhm.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so now we are almost up time. So
Yeah.
I apologize that we won't be able to go through most of your submissions, guys. However, we do want to encourage you to post what you've worked on during this session. So if you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, where else are we? We are on Instagram and on Facebook. Yeah, that's about it. And so post your work and share your takeaways, what you've learned, what you've struggled with during this workshop, and then include the hashtag LTDM Yonkoma workshop and tag our account. Okay, so that way we get to see your work. Maybe when we have the time to, we can even give you some of our feedback. Yes. And of course, make sure that you all are looking out for workshops like this in the future. So, now that you guys know how to make your yonkoma, we want to ask you these following questions. Okay? So, are you an action taker? And are you ready to take action and finally bring your manga to life? Are you goal driven and ready to commit to making your manga dreams a reality? Are you a determined mangaka who wants to finally publish their first manga through self-publishing, joining a manga contest, or maybe even pitching to publishers? If this is you, I want to see some yeses in the chat. Yeah. All right. So, okay, I'm seeing some people saying yes. There we go. Yes. Right. There we go. There we have it. Yeah. Okay, great. Loving the energy here. So, if you answered yes to any of those questions, then we'd like to invite you to apply to our online one-shot manga drawing program. Yes. So, just like our students, you're gonna learn everything from manga drawing, making yonkoma, making a one shot, the basics, so all that, to crafting a full one shot manga from start to finish. So here's what some of our students have made and said about the program. So we have Courtney right here. I don't know why her artwork's not showing up on my screen, but Courtney, in just 9 months, she was able to make this much progress, and she has also submitted this work to a Wordless World Manga Contest. Yeah, and we've also been supporting a few other students with their contest works. Yeah, and of course, we've got Eduardo, who in just 5 months was able to make this much progress and has already published his one shot, or the first one shot he worked on through Learn to Draw Manga in Manga Plus Creators. Yes. And of course, we also have Jay, who in just 2 months was able to make more, find more confidence in creating dynamic Yonkoma panels. So he used to feel less confident about them, and now he's continuing to improve and is also practicing and working on his one shot. So just like uh just like our students, you're gonna experience this much growth as well. And since you've seen their results and saw how happy they are for the community, I mean, we have a few students here in the Zoom actually. Shout out to you guys. Hi, Joe. Is Joe and Mia? I also saw Mia here. Yeah. So just like, you've seen how happy they are, you've read how happy they are with the community and the guidance from our mentors. Our question this time is, do you want to be in too? So if you want in, I want to see the same response in the chat. So type I want in the chat if you want to be in on this as well. Yeah. Just some of you guys are already in. Yeah. There we go. And of course, if you want to make your time making manga more meaningful and more productive, then our online one shot manga drawing program is for you. We are on a mission to help you publish your first manga with pro mangakas acting as your editors. Yeah, so is this something that you guys want to be part of? Yeah, okay. I'm seeing people say that they want in. So for those who want to be part of this community, you get the opportunity to work with Naoyazawa Sensei and Renasaya Sensei. Both of them have a combined experience of over 50 years in the manga industry. So they've done it all. They've won contests, got published, and they've also been teaching students in Japan and abroad on how to refine their manga making skills. We also have Steph Pastrano, a professional illustrator and lead artist for me and her. And also Art Crumbs, the creator of the Viz Originals One Shot and One Shot Onami and the God's Bane series. Yeah, so for those who said that they want in, I want to tell you guys this is for you if you are committed to making your own published manga. So we take commitment very seriously. Okay, you also have a unique story you want to share with the world, and you're done figuring this out alone and are ready to learn from pro mangaka mentors. And lastly, this is for you if you want to connect with fellow mangakas who seek consistency and empowerment. Okay, so what does this mean? Doesn't matter if have beginner skills or pro level skills, we're all about commitment. We're all about the humility to want to grow and learn from people with more experience, who want to find consistency, who want to find community, who want to get better and want the you have an open heart, a teachable heart. Yeah, a teachable heart. You really want to grow as a manga artist. So if this is not you, then we don't want to waste your time. Yeah, but if this sounds like you, then you're invited to apply and join. Our enrollment is now open. So we only accept 18 years old and above, guys. So if you're below 18, well, we'll be waiting for you. And right now, we still have our videos, our workshops like this one. But if you're already 18 and above and you're ready to make the commitment, you can go ahead and apply through this link. I'm going to be posting the link in the chat. Same goes for our peeps watching us from YouTube. Yes. So this is a free manga consultation call. I believe some of you here have already scheduled a call with us actually. So whether you've already spoken with Trisha or not, we're looking forward to having you in the program and hope you can make the cut. Yeah. So while we're at it, I'm gonna be answering some questions in the chat. So okay, so the hashtag for posting is LTDM Yonkoma Workshop. That's LTDM Yonkoma Workshop. Yes, let me take a quick screenshot of that right here. Yeah, so right. Okay. Let's see. And of course, if you guys already uh filled out the application form during this session, we want to hear about it. Yeah, let us know because we're always excited when we know that some of you guys are gonna be joining us soon. I know that a few of you have joined workshops like this, and they've become students of ours now and are, speed running. We've started their growth. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Joe. I see you were replying to some of the peeps in the chat. Yeah. Okay, Mia's question, if you want to submit a one shot nowadays, does it have to be digital? The only reason why it's digital is because it's the norm. It's the a lot of people use digital now, but if you want to work traditionally, publishers are very contest runners, publishers, they're very conscious about the quality of work, so preferably scanned, preferably think of it as if it's publishing quality, if you can scan it and if you have a clean work to submit, then traditional works. Some people would do combined traditional and digital. Yeah, okay. So let me hear about the peeps who applied during this session because we want to know. Yeah. Okay. Will you assist us if it's traditional? We can offer guidance, but ultimately it's gonna be, you are responsible for your own growth. We provide you the tools and the direction you need to go. So it all the ball is ultimately in your court when it comes to consistency. Okay. All right. So let's see. Let me check. Okay, let's see questions from YouTube. Let me see. We want to see peeps who applied. Okay, monthly subscription or a one-time payment per workshop for a med. This is something that you can discuss with Trisha once you, excuse me, sign up. Yeah, for once you go through the call. Yeah. Sorry, I got a scratchy throat. Oh my gosh, let me just drink some water real quickly. Mm. Okay, why don't you teach students under 18? Because most of y'all are still in school. That is that is the simple answer. We're gonna have to talk to your parents, and obviously the reason why I want to stick with people above 18 is because you're adults. Okay, you're responsible for you, and you are the ones who can answer to whether or not you can make the commitment. All right. Like, let's be honest. Professional mangaka, they're adults. So we treat our students as if you are professionals. You are as if this is a commitment. So we're not gonna be babying you guys. Okay. So we're nice, we're helpful, but we're not gonna be babying you. What our expectations from our students is that you are have the maturity to be responsible for your own growth as well. But of course, we will be guiding you every step of the way. And that also means treating you as if you are someone who's already a professional mangaka, because you are. You guys are, everyone who's here, consider yourselves a mangaka. I mean, you might not be part of Shonen Jump, But the fact that you're making stories means that you already are. The fact that you made a Yonkoma now means you are, you're mangaka, you're a manga artist. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I heard that show was the most important part of Kisho Tenketsu. Is that true? I wouldn't say it's the most important part. It's more like all phases of Keisho Tenketsu is important. The only difference is that um Sho is usually the longest because it's supposed to develop, it's supposed to lead towards 10, which is the emotional peak of your story. But to say that it's the most important would be not correct, because all phases are correct. All of them are equally important. If you have a crappy key, if you have a good key show, but then your 10 sucks, or you have key, if any one of your phases suck, then you have a failing story. Anyway, guys, so we're already a little bit over time. So if you let us know in the replay if you filled out the application through what do you call this, through the replay. So we have the link here. Let us know, comment under this video, let us know if you applied, and all of these questions that you have about making manga, about tools that you need, this is something that we will happily help you with once you join our class. And of course, we also have, if you're not going to be joining us, that's fine as well. We still have our YouTube channel, we still have stuff like this. You can definitely learn from them, especially to the folks who are not 18 yet. So we have resources available for you in our YouTube channel. Yeah. So I will be sharing these parting words for you until we meet again. Where are you guys going to be tomorrow if you start today? I challenge you all to take the leap. Yeah. So yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. This has been Coach Karen and also Coach Kana. Say goodbye to everyone. Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody. Okay, so looking forward to having you all in class. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.